YouTube, I'm Crystal from Crystal Sews and Stuff on Instagram, and today I wanted to share with you my review of the Aomori Twist Top by Papercut Patterns. I received this pattern in the KB Pattern Secret Santa pattern swap in December of 2017, and here's the pattern. And this is from Karen, who was my partner. Thank you, Karen. Thanks again, Karen. And thanks again, Sean, for hosting this the pattern swap. It was really fun getting this and opening it. If you want to see, I have a little video clip of me opening it on Instagram. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to my Instagram account below in the description box. And so anyway, I made this pattern. I first made this pattern in December of 2017 before we went away on vacation in a light lime green. And I made this because we were going to Mexico on a cruise with the family. And I made it just before we left. And so I said, well, it'll probably be hot in Mexico. So I made the woven version, and it's more like a wearable muslin, but I made a woven version in a lime green, and I'll show a little clip of me wearing it right here. Okay, I'm back. So it comes in two versions, so you can make it in either a short sleeve version or long sleeve version, but the woven version you can only make in sleeveless. So I made it in the lime green in a sleeveless in a lightweight cotton fabric. I'm not sure if it's long, but because I got that fabric a while ago, I think from a thrift store. It was like a bolt. Actually found like a length of long fabric from a secondhand store here in Maryland. So I made that. I wasn't able to wear it while we were in Mexico because it's a very wrinkly fabric, and I did not know that you cannot. There are no irons in the rooms on the cruise, so I couldn't iron it the whole time. And then we got back, it was still cold here, so I hadn't been able to wear it because of the weather and the lack of an iron, because of the fabric being so crinkly. So the next one that I made, is this one that I'm wearing right here. So can I do that? So this is the long sleeve version. So if you make it in a knit, you can make the long sleeve version. And it has cuffs. It has kind of like a dolman sleeve up to here, and then you do have to their raglan sleeve. You know, you put it in like the way you normally would on a knit, where you put it in you put it at the shoulder kind of backwards, sew it in, and then you kind of flip it down, and then you sew the whole thing up. Well, you sew up one side, and then you put the band on next, and then you insert the band through the knot, and then you come back and sew up the other side. So this was a very easy, pretty straightforward pattern. I love the way the pattern comes. You have to put it together, and so it's a fold out, and you put it together, and you get the directions, and you make a little booklet with the pattern sheet, and they're very clear, super clear directions. I would highly recommend this pattern to anyone. And also the pattern paper is nice, pretty thick pattern paper, so it's very sturdy. So it's just nice, instead of you know, the really thin paper that you get in most patterns. This is a nice like paper bag type weight paper. So I thought the directions were very clear, very straightforward. You didn't have to do the longest part. The thing that took longest was the seam binding. And you do need to cut out a lot more binding than they suggested, the little pattern piece, especially for the woven. I felt like I had to cut out about 3 sections of binding, because in the pattern for the woven you cut it on the bias, so they only had you cut out like 2 strips, and that was nowhere near enough for all of the length that you had to go through to make the pattern. So when I made this one in the knit, I still cut it all as long as I could. So I only cut 2 really long strips. You don't have to cut it on the bias for the knit version, but I would suggest you just cut the longest strip you can to go around the whole, because it's a lot. You go from all the way from this side all the way up, all the way back around, and then all the way back around the whole hem. So it's a lot of bias binding. So when I did this one, I did a little differently than the first one that I made. The first one, I made it exactly like the directions said, where you do it like the same way you would apply any bias binding. You sew it down and then you flip it under, and then sew it down, then top stitch it around. So this time I folded it in half, and I pinned it all the way around, and I serged it in. I serged it, and then I came back and top stitched it this way. So, but anyway, that's it. It's a really simple pattern. I would suggest it. The other thing is it's very cleavagey. So if you have a problem with low cuts, you can either, like, I might just sew a stitch or 2 right here. Just to keep it more closed, and you do have, because I feel like I have to pull it up some, but it's very comfortable. So just be aware that it's pretty low cut in the front. So so you just have to watch out for that. And the pattern size is from 82 centimeter to 112 centimeter bust, or 32 1/4 to 44-inch bust. So that's the size range. And so again, you can make it in a knit or woven, but the woven is sleeveless only, and the knit version is, you can do it with or without sleeves. All right, thank you so much for watching. And I'll insert a clip right here of me outside with this version. To announce the winner of my 100 subscriber giveaway. So I'm pre-recording, so I'm gonna insert the name of the winner right here. Yay, congratulations. And I'll be sending you a direct message here on YouTube, and if you send me your email address, I'll send you the e-gift card. Thank you. Take care. Bye.